when I looked up that they found. Because it is some sort of, it does not
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. That piece is definitely accepted, I share. I'm a little off right now. Um, since my awakening, the whole world has flipped upside down. I say that. Back in 2024, October, I was awake a little before that, but my awakening, I was put in the mental facility and shit, and I didn't even know what the hell was going on. My bad.
Peace and love to the space.
What's up, God?
It's up to you too.
Hold on, let me guess.
There's one PM. I think there's a feedback. I don't know. I think it's a feedback. I'm
Hold on.
gonna try. I'm gonna come back in.
Say something. You there?
Hopefully there ain't no feedback. Yeah, there's no feedback.
Okay.
Cool. That I just it was so paranoid. I was like, oh my god, my voice is feedback when I'm talking. I can't do that all at the same time.
No, it's all good.
No problems. So we got this Q&A. What's that all about?
From the last time I was live, I ain't took it down.
So you're doing it again?
I said that was from the last time I was live. I ain't took it down.
Okay. No, I'm just it's 1 p.m. over here, so everyone's probably they're asleep.
Oh yeah, it's 8 o'clock.
And it's Sunday. No one's up at this time unless it's from another country and they've happy to come over here.
Were you in London somewhere?
No, I'm in Birmingham. It's another city.
Um,
Everyone thinks I'm from London, my own city. I'm like, I think the accent. I didn't pick up my own city accent.
I'm in Detroit.
Shout out to Detroit. I know a lot of people from the Midwest. I'll be everywhere. I'll be everywhere on the on TikTok, on Instagram. I'll be everywhere. Everyone recognizes me. I'm like, oh wow, I didn't think I was recognized.
Right.
I'll be in my own world, so I'll be like not paying attention to who be coming in or be watching me, and I just do what I need to do. That's how I stay authentically me. I don't wait for people to come around and watch me.
Right. The same way. I don't got no friends or nothing. I just stay to myself.
And that's a lot of people I notice in Detroit. They be like, "Yeah, I just keep to myself." But a guy from there as well, he's like, "I just keep to myself." I said, "That's the only way. Just keep to yourself, cause you don't know what's going to happen." Everyone's
Yeah.
fake. Wow, all these people fake,
My,
especially. Go ahead.
yeah. No, I stay to myself because of what has recently happened in my life.
Mm.
Every time, just every time I need some help or something, after going through my little personal situation, I got all these people against me. So that's what make me stay to myself. So
Ah,
group
the
effort,
same.
yeah. Where I'm living at right now, I just got poisoned again. They don't know I know. You know,
They don't. They
it's
don't need
life
to know.
insurance policy. Yeah.
I
I better
heard
go
you
ahead.
just. You talk about. I don't even think it's a. I feel like there's two levels to awakenings. There's the spiritual awakening, and then there's the. I feel like I'm gonna say it in terminology, soul awakening, because I don't think people know how to be themselves.
They don't. They definitely don't.
Yeah. People don't have a
Yeah.
personality. That's why I be think. That's why I be seeing when people be still stuck on their awakening, spiritual awakening. I'm like, y'all ain't been to the soul awakening, and you really don't change as much. You just realize you don't have to give a fuck what other people think.
Yeah. Man. Now, if you
Because
wasn't up here,
mm,
if you weren't up here and interacting with me, I'll be able to move freely. But they don't want people to deal with me. That's a part of what I've been going through. I was put in a mental facility for 2 days and a half back in 2024, November. And my life has been in turmoil ever since. So my ex of 15 years took $50,000 to take my life. And being that she was unsuccessful, I've been being sought after ever since. Not just from like the tarot community, because you'll hear people, or you may, if you deal with tarot, you'll hear people in the comments. They'll be saying this is their life, and all of that. But in reality, it's my life that they're talking about, and I have a lot of evidence. So they put a chip in my arm, in my right arm right here, when I was in the mental facility. So, like I said, when you go on tarot, you'll listen to the story when they keep saying, "Oh, this divine feminine or masculine," and you keep transforming, you keep this and that. They're talking about me. So what I learned about them is they'll destroy your life basically and put your energy in the cards. Meaning, you think that it's a divine gift, a spiritual gift, but in reality, they're watching you through the television, through the phone, right? And they got certain people that are in your family around you monitoring you. That's what's going on. So even right now, I put it on blast. I put their names out there. I've sent their names to the feds. You know, I've called internal affairs because of my sister-in-law, who's the police. But it's a big thing. Even if you watch my content, it isn't really content. It's actually what my life is consisting of. And a lot of people they're running around talking as if they're really going through this type of stuff, and in reality, not that they're not, but they're not going to be able to tell the full story. It's because it's me. I live in Detroit. I'm the Sagittarius. My ex was the Taurus, or who they would call the Aries. You know, it's a lot. And the only thing that has kept me floating is my ancestors and angels. I didn't believe in God. I didn't believe in none of that. I didn't believe in Thoth, Tahuti. I didn't believe in none of this shit. I thought this shit was myth. I thought magic was bullshit. I thought spell work, all that was just some Harry Potter shit. And when I awakened,
Right.
it was by Anpu. It was Anubis who wakened me. So it changed my entire life because I already had seen angels. You know, I've been dealing with demons all my life. Astral projection. I can explain it because it's the experience that allows me to explain it. But all my shit jamming up is because you're talking to me. Shit is wrong. It's wrong. Yeah.
Wow, my whole lives be glitching and shit, and then the screen spot scrolling and shit, and I'm like, look at this trying to fuck with my phone.
Yeah. Yeah. My phone clone, hacked, and tapped.
And that's the thing, people don't deal with certain experiences. And that's why I tell people, like, shut the fuck up sometimes. I feel like a lot of people be talking, and they don't, I don't know, it's a lot of shady people in the spiritual community. That's why I just sort of stayed away from that shit, because at the end of the day, I hang out whoever I hang out with, people be having a problem with that shit. They're like, oh, so you hanging out with so-and-so. I'm like, why is that an issue? This realm is a highway of all variations of beings, and the thing is, demons is nothing but angels on the other side. It's the subconscious. If you can't deal with your subconscious, and you conscious, it's a lot of conscious people, not a lot of people that don't understand their subconscious.
Well, to be 100% honest, have you ever seen a demon?
A demon.
Yeah, this changes everything from what people think and what they define as what a demon is. So I saw a demon jump out the face of my ex, seeing her eyes. When you hear people say this, it is because I put the information out here. I have about 3,000 videos. Okay, I'm on my 8th TikTok right now. I watched her eyes turn black, smoke black like this, in her mouth right here, and the demon kind of like projected out of her face. She was so angry because she has to help me. Because like I said, I was shitting blood for all of 2024. I was shitting blood every time I went to the bathroom. I'd be balled up in the floor. So she was trying to take my life. She was watching How to Get Away with Murder every day, and she was watching Snap. Beautiful. She's breathtaking. You understand? Very gorgeous. So people would not think when they see this kind of individual that this is a real life demon. Like I said, I didn't believe in this type of stuff. I thought this shit was myth.
But it's backwards too as well, because angels are the ones that actually are scary looking. Like demons,
Yes.
you won't even realize, because it's literally the flip side. So they may seem like the angels are the ones that's beautiful, and the demons are ugly, but it's the other way around. That's where they get you.
It's the other way around. That's right. That's right.
Angels look them angels look horrendous. That's why when they talk about the Prophet Muhammad and he jumped when he saw the angel, he ain't kidding. Like he went home and was shivered. meaning that
Yeah.
the angel was took his surprise because he assumed that the angel was looking a certain way, but then when he saw the angel, he was like, oh, this ain't what I perceived the angel
Yeah.
to look like. So that's why people always say that, you know, the most beautiful people like could also be the most demonic.
Hmm.
Not
Yes.
to say that it's,
Yes.
it just depends on how you and this is where it teaches you to have boundaries too, you know, because a lot of the
Yes.
times people are sent certain people to learn a certain lesson, and you know, people might seem that shit insensitive, but it's like if you want to be a whole rounded person, you have
True.
to realize, you have to understand the two of the dualities. So if you're an empathic person, you gotta have narcissistic people, especially if you don't know how to, if you don't know how to face your shadows. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a lesson in itself. So I commend people
Yeah.
that, you know, that are able to go through the experience. Hold on, I'm
So
gonna, yeah, go ahead.
with the biblical text, right? All of these, every text comes out of Kemet. Every text. Okay? This is back when Egypt ran the world, right? Our ancestors passed all of this information down, not only through things like this baboon, right? This baboon's fibula. This is the backbone of Asar. This is what they used to construct Egypt.
Not to cut you
Okay.
off. Not to cut you off. I have to go because I have a call coming in.
Okay.
But I appreciate you and commend you. I'm gonna be back though.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you for stopping through. I appreciate you. Thank you for tapping the screen. Enjoy your day, mama. But yeah, this is what they use to construct and build Egypt. As you can see the size of the bone, it isn't that big. But everything that is known that is within the body, right? This is the book of Eli type of situation, right? When you get the book, you're like, damn, I can't read it. You can't read this shit unless you know, or you're the one who actually added the notches to it. Because all of this has mathematics, star science, this has, you know, dealing with cosmological stories, etc. And within this, just this fibula. And I learned this from Tahuti. Like I said, I thought this shit was myth. I thought the Neteru, right? Like they're arguing on Sinetta, they're arguing whether the Neteru or Neteru are real or literal. They are extremely real and literal. Your heart has to be declared innocent. That happens while you're alive. People mistake this as something that happens in the funerary sense as after death. There's no need for your heart to be weighed for you to declare your innocence, right? Or that the 42 negatives to have a positive characteristic. If you're dead, what is the point? Okay, so when a pep, right, is not a pep, god damn it, what is his name? The crocodile, right? I'm I'm gonna get there. Hold on. All right, but what is the point of your heart being weighed after death? There's no need. You're not about to come back. You're not, the sun is not going to protrude your energy from its area anymore. It's no reason. Just as the sun, right, is lit up in the darkness, it's the same thing with a black woman. And as Khonsu is here, as he broke down very good, right, when he asked the question, right, and we were able to take the energy and bring this into fruition of dealing with the wormhole itself. This is a wormhole. This is a wormhole. That which every image is on is the portal itself that has come through the wormhole, which is that which you can see. This is what religion is. Religion, at its core, deals with the sun, moon, and the stars. Religion is more so masculine because the energy is going forth. It's because it's going to arrive back at the cyclical aspect that it came from in the first place. I just like to say the great mother and the great father of dealing with the dark energy, and you have become the dark matter. You're in the spit image of the Creator themselves, who are the Most High. They are the Most High is because this is knowledge that reigns supreme over everyone. So we'll say things like, the knowledge doesn't belong to you, but this knowledge has to be gatekept, right? If you look at Ibrahim Traore, he's the definition of what power looks like when it falls into the right hands. That's why the knowledge has to be kept. As you can see, the track record of the savages, the barbarians, and white tea, right, and her supremacy, because people think of devils, they only think of a man or they point to Eve. But in reality, these are the two companions that I destroyed that's in the Per Im Heru. We destroyed these damn beings. You understand? So, and that particular beam in the sum of what I did was Baphomet, right? They're Baphomet Christ, which is a good book. But what is the point of weighing your heart?
Better.
Peace to the God. What's up, Kansu?
I peace to the God too. Gratitude, bro. Like it's so much powerful information that you're giving on here, and seeing like it's just one viewer right now. Like that lets you know they being like messing with the thing. So
yes.
Yeah, this type of info definitely deserves way more people than that.
No, for real.
Yeah, but you could carry on. I got someone that just came up front. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm here with you, King. But here to support. I done reposted the live. Anybody passing through, please repost the live. Tap the screen, comment it in the chats. That helps with the visibility and algorithm. Yeah, well, go ahead, King. Me, I'm learning as well.
Yeah, so everything about the declarations of your innocence, right, is for now. While you're still alive, you're the first judge. Before you're judged by the Nitaru or anyone, right? So this is another thing. I'm not trained. This is what people must know. I'm not trained in any of the schools of thought when it comes to any of the sects, the cults, the alternative religions, and the religions, or any of the spirituality. I literally get this from Tahuti. I get it from Anpu. Like I said, I thought, what's up, Ramsey 666 in the building? I thought this shit was myth. So to be honest, there was no better candidate for the information to relay it than that, to bring it through someone like myself, because my innocence was declared. 41 years, I'm 43 years old. I didn't think Anubis existed, which is Anpu or Inpu. I didn't believe that. I didn't believe in no Neteru, right? I thought these were concepts and principles and shit like that. Until they start talking to you, it changes everything. So you're going to be like me. You're going to say, I don't want to smoke. I'm not drinking. I don't want to deal with no meat. I'm not dealing with nothing that's going to jeopardize my relationship, because people think, listen, people been studying this shit for 50 and 60 years. And they ain't talked to no damn mama ma'at. It's a reason why I say mama ma'at. And I say mama is because you come through the earth, and the white guy that wrote the Book of Wisdom 1 and 2 stole this information from this channel. I don't care how nobody feel. I know agents when I see them and hear them. You understand? We got Pan-African agents. We got Pretendian agents. We got all kinds of agents. Okay. And I just put that video out yesterday talking about the agents that you think, when you think of them, you think of black suits and shit like that, right? You don't think of an agent being a regular individual. It's so many of them. You understand? So my point of saying that is, when they say all the Nitaru literal, you can't expect someone who does not have this type of knowledge, that been studying this shit for all of these years, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, and they'll say their key concepts. They'll say that they're principles. They'll speak all of these things, but they have yet to actually alkalinize the body. They ain't alkalinized the body to raise their levels. And watch this. I just listen, I just was learning from Anpu this was like 3-4 days ago about descended masters. I was like, wait a minute, what? That's how you know it's the information that comes in. Everybody is following this road here. I'm over here. It's because it's a lot of stuff I don't know. And like the ancestors said when they woke me up, the reason why you're so ahead is because you're so far behind. Khonsu's live is one of my initiation lives that the ancestors were taking me through. It's the energy. It's the ball of energy, the pocket that they put you in when you go to these different lives. All of the lives are different portals. Every last one of them, they are all these different wormholes that you are traveling through so you will be able to get the information. Ramsey 666 panel, I was over there, right? It was things that had to happen when I was on his panel. The people were destroying me. You feel me? They literally, right? You got Miss Sophia Stewart up here, and you got all of these people attacking me. You understand? On his brother's panel. Good thing he a good dude. Good thing he, you know, if he does have an opinion, he keeps it to himself. You understand? But that shook me. Why did it shake me? It's because I was the only one in the room that had literally owned her book. I'm the only one that was able to cam up and say, yeah, I bought the book and this and that. The book sent me through an initiation process. This is the point of keeping you away from your language, right? From your culture, away from anything that you're able to speak using Gabriel, the archangel, the archankel, Gabriel, the word Aong, Ang, the airbender, the A-N-G is A-N-K-H, E-L, -E-L, okay? So these types of situations is they're magnetic electric frequencies that's going to have you like this. You're going to cry, you're going to be shivering, you're going to be shaking, you're going to be so to a point when you get in these rooms, you're going to be angry, you're going to be pissed off. All of these things are happening is because you're being born again. I'm telling you, I thought they're going to say Tahuti is a Neteru who isn't alive. They're going to say the 4 sons of Heru aren't alive, but they all Netas. And then when you read in the Purim Heru, they're actually backed by all goddesses. See that? Nebhet Neith, Sarket, the scorpion goddess herself, and Aset, right? Hapi, Duomatif, Kibesenueth, and Imseti. That's the 4. They complete the Christ. This is how we know Christ is real. It's because when I was awakened, Christ was standing right next to Anpu. His energy was like this. You can still feel it, big energy, but Anpu's energy was like this. I didn't even want to lift my head. I said, man, because he asked me, he said, you want to, this is when I learned I had the power and the ability to take my own life, right? Remember when Christ was on the cross and he was like, he took a deep breath and he gave up his life. The Anpu, I got this same power, right? And this is because if I ever find myself in a particular type of situation with dealing with this beast, I have the ability to not go through it anymore and I can just give up my soul. These are ancient gifts, right? This is ancient knowledge that you ain't going to get it nowhere else. It's because I'm the wormhole, I'm the portal that it has to come through. And this is why my initiation, the way that it went, Anpu said, they're destroying the wombs, the portals in the earth. He's pointed out abortion. He pointed out they follow the stars to find out when Khonsu was going to be born. Any of you 5 people that were in here, this is why the number is so low. They got to keep it contained. It's because out of the 300, this is Anpu talking to you right now. Okay? To keep it, listen, to keep the energy contained of this human resources of the 42 to 47 million people that are surrounded by 310 million people here in America. It's because when they brought us from over there, they took the prophecy from over where the sun rises and is set over here. the process of everything that we're dealing with had to happen. The 400 years of slavery was not prophesied in the Bible. Imhotep is the one who taught that. Imhotep. How is Imhotep? I don't even know the timelines, but I just know that shit was a long time ago. How is he the one who prophesied? You understand? Everything that they got comes out of what I'm rewriting now. The papyrus of Heru. Never been in the earth. I had to come and create something new. That's why the dude, the guy from Book of Wisdom, you know, that be teaching, he stole the Immaculate Conception from me. Nobody in the earth knew what the baptisms truly meant. They were practicing it wrong, even in the lodges. This comes through astral projection, projecting the form of your soul, projecting your energetic cosmic self through walls, everything. And you'll get it, whether it's falling into a trance, when you using the divination tray and Ifa, you know what I'm saying? Or you're the Dogon tribe and you can see it with your naked eyes. And black people are born with 4 eyes. 2 in your face, these 2, the epiphysis cerebri, and your skin is opsins, O-P-S-I-N. It's the 4th eye of the body. It scans the environment. It is the actual connection from the sun, and that which the sun sits in, you're cloaked in it. You're a spit image. This is how we look at the great Mother Nut. When we see her, we see ourselves. In the Medu Neter, Ra'ul Nefer Amen, Volume 1, he says, close your eyes and you'll tap directly into space in an instant. You'll be there. You understand? And Caucasian, right? Dead Asian is because it's dead. They lack the Neb Kodesh. This is why faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead is because it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let me pour me some tea. Go ahead.
Just add something in on what you were speaking about, like us having 4 eyes. Like it's not far fetched, because the third eye, which is the pineal gland, is actually the first eye. So them two external eyes is more for connecting with the outside physicality of this third dimensional realm we experience on this earth. And the 4th one, right? You mentioned the largest organ cloaking our physical body, right? Which is the skin. Now, that reminded me of the Ankh science, African origins of electromagnetism, how it explains the skin to be like a neural network, right? Made with multiple oval dipolar antennas, right? Which are in reality batteries, because they have like a negative charge and a positive charge, right? Now, it's so amazing when you really know thyself and study yourself, even on a physiological level, to understand that these dipole antennas that make up our skin, our melanin, right? The one dipole that's charged could induce a second dipole that's in close proximity. They don't even need to be touching. So we're talking about quantum physics on a physiological level. That's why our ancient ancestors, bro, like it's deep. And when you find out the greatness about our ancestors, you cannot help but to feel great about yourself as well. Because if we are the sacred ancestors reincarnated, what our ancestors did and how they lived, the principles they laid down, bro, like immortalized in a way that they knew, regardless of earthquakes, regardless of storms, tsunamis, shit, regardless of any man-made flood story, is gonna be preserved, right? Now, even when they talk about the So yeah, let me just pass you back the mic and land it real quick.
Mhm.
You remember in the Bible
Mhm.
where it talks about like the different angels in heaven. There's one of them that says like it's like a wheel or like three
Ezekiel.
or four more
Yeah.
wheels within wheels,
Yeah.
and around these wheels was filled with eyes, bro.
The
When I read
eyes.
that,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
when I read that about like our melanin structure, it reminded me of that,
Mhm.
and I was like, what if the because Jeezy in the Bible said there's no teachings I will teach unless it's an allegory, dark sayings,
Mhm.
meaning that it is metaphysical. The problem is most
Yes.
people take the stuff that's meant to be metaphysical, they take it literal, and what's supposed to be taken literal, that's when they're gonna be symbolic with it. But yeah,
Yes.
go ahead, King.
Yes. Yeah. So when it says every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess, the Neb Kadesh that's written in hieroglyphics, where we get the word Christ from, the CHRIS. Remember, we embalm the dead and the living, but your temple has to be established. That is this. Remember, everything that you see in the physical world is a spit image of that which is in the invisible world. This is how we know that inside the subjective, abstract, spiritual reality, it has physical objects in it. Because if it isn't, which is the Ren, the REN, everything has a name. When you come into the physical, you're just completing. You're only 180 on the other side. You got to come over here to create the whole 360, right? That make up the whole orb of life itself. It's cyclical. And even more so than that, right? This is like he was speaking about the dark energy, the dark matter. That's what you are. It's the two that are the one. You're here to learn and gain the experience of the two that are the one, not good and evil, because it exists, it manifests, right? But more so order and chaos. That's the thing. The two are the one. You can't have one without the other, right? The thing about it is your clothed, your dark energy, the true light. Dark energy is the true light of man, right? We even say it's purple, right? I went to a planet called Durakwa. Listen to me. All black planet. Everything you can't even see. Everything that was on this planet was dark purple, dark blue. Everything. You only can see like a wavy kind of figures. It's like some of the beautiful shit I've ever seen. And that's how I learned about the crown chakra of the sun. It's because I was going to the sun and I was meditating in the core of the sun. That's why my channel is banned like it is. That's why I'm on my 8th TikTok. I'm the one who brought to TikTok that authenticity isn't the highest vibration. That's because I vibrated past it and I learned that the highest vibration was love. So I created a video called Love is Thicker Than Blood and Water. Because I come through with the experience. I can't come in here and just say certain shit. And a lot of, like I said, I'm not trained in none of this stuff. I got the books and shit, you understand? But a lot of these people been in classes. I wasn't in these classes or nothing. But I'm clothed. My dark energy is clothed in dark matter. This is anointed oil. This shows you that my lamp has oil in it. So when you see the people in the Bible, right, that don't have the oil in their lamps, they're talking about white tea people.
Bro,
You feel me?
bro, you be
Some of them
dropping
do. Go
gems.
ahead.
You be
Go ahead. Let me get to
hey,
it.
I'll be saying this so much, bro. When it comes to the anointed one, right? We know. First of all, baptism is so many war reliefs where you see people being baptized in Kemet already. Like there's two two netters or two people, one on the left, next one on the right, and they have these jars pouring over the person in the middle, right? And from the waters, right, you see the Ankh symbol, right? They
Ashe.
personified like life within the water, but it is really life in the waters, because life came out of the waters.
Yes.
If you was in your mom's womb, you definitely could relate. So when you said about the oil coming out your forehead, like where it's coming out from your skin, right? So your skin, your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, the pata is a Kemetic divinity, but that's what esoteric anatomy is. They gonna have to even the pituitary pata is in the first syllable. Hypothalamus again. So the inner bird
Ashe.
is in the structure of the brain itself. Now the sacred secretion happens within for real, and then it happens so much so that it comes out on the outside, just as you explained how like our skin really literally secretes that excessive oil. It's like an overflowing of the Holy Grail. What's the Holy Grail? The Holy Grail is the skull that the over 90% brain is housed within. You know what I mean? And this, where was Jesus crucified? At Golgotha. Golgotha
Ashe.
is this place of the skull. So again,
Ashe.
it's talking about what's going on within you, and what's going on in the heavens above you. As above, so below. As within, so without.
Yes.
But yeah,
Ashe.
I'm gonna pass back the ball in your court, King. And we got 7 people in the chat. Please, fam. Like before I came on here, the brother was spitting a lot of gems, a lot of knowledge, as usual. I've known I am for a while
Ashe.
now, and I respect my brothers and sisters that be honest, sincere. You feel me? Like they done did the work, so you have to put respect where respect is due. Me, I'm the type of person that give people their flowers while they're alive. You feel me? This brother right here,
Ashe.
I could defend him anywhere, and I done defended him on my panel many times. Cause I don't know, a
Facts.
lot of times when he come on my panel, it's always someone coming from somewhere, bro, trying to
Man,
attack
listen.
my bro with some dumb shit at that. Hey, bro, I am. Do you know? It's people on here, bro.
Man.
I fell out with because of you, bro. And I'm real. Like I
Wow.
live through the principles of my art, bro. I'm like,
Yeah, me
not
too.
because you have a bigger page or I know you probably a few months before him. It could even be a year. Once someone is on some bullshit, we gonna part ways. You feel me? My art is truth, justice, righteousness, reciprocity, divine order, and that's what I stand
Yes.
on. You feel me? Gratitude. Yeah, go ahead,
Hey,
King.
look. So being that I got a few people like I said, if old girl that was in here, if she never came up, none of my shit would be buffering or none of those things. So when I got a hold to the Nolan Wales situation, right? Once again, there's Nitaru walking the earth. We are literally Arisha walking the earth. Like I said, Anpu just taught me about descended masters. Nobody ever, you never heard that term. You only heard there are ascended masters. Nobody's teaching about descended masters. But when Anpu teaching me this shit, I'm sitting back like, he's like, yeah, I'm a descended master. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and check this, right?
Yeah.
The
Go ahead.
descending don't necessarily mean going down. Like ascending
No.
and descending masters is the same angels that was ascending and descending from that Jacob's ladder.
That's
And
right.
Jacob's ladder is not a physical ladder you could go touch with your physical hands. It's inside you.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Listen,
but
this
you
shit blew
right
my
on what you
mind.
said though. You right on what you said. The like astral higher dimensional bodies or these Netarus. These Netaru are real. I don't seen non-physical beings before in my life, bro. I've already seen non-physical beings, but it's certain things that you cannot speak or share with any type of regular person. You feel me? It's a level of consciousness that you have to attain, arrive to. It's within you. It's just that when we was born into this society, most likely you was born into a Christian family, or Muslim family, or Jewish family, anywhere in between these denominations, right? So they don't teach the text in the method ancient esoteric or Gnostic ways, right? They hide the teachings, the esoteric teachings, the real core teachings that will help you ascend on a spiritual level, right? Ascend on a conscious level to where you could tap into this higher realms, this multidimensional realms, right? Where you could tap into your extrasensory perceptions to get vivid dreams, recurrent dreams, remote viewing. You know how powerful that is to have like a
Yes.
heads up of what is to come, or what's even in like your immediate surrounding. You feel me? You could feel a friend on their way coming at your spot. That's why most times some people that like mention the name of someone, and in a short while that person will call, or they would actually pop up at the house. If you remember the Highlander movie with John McCloud, that's a
I
reality,
remember, but
bro.
I ain't watched it.
It's a
I ain't
lot
seen
of
that shit
us
in
like
years.
that. Like it's a lot of us like that. Most
Yes.
people don't consciously feel the presence. You feel me? On a
That's a
subconscious
fact.
level, they will say, Jack is my real good bro, and you know what I mean. We go back a long while, and boom, Jack show up, and you be like, I was just talking about you, Jack. Yeah. So it'll be that. But carry on, King. And gratitude for the people tuning in and listening to them, these ancestral knowledge, these hardcore gems. Keep tapping the screen, fam, so we could keep the algorithm
Man.
and the visibility stable. Cause y'all already know it's double standards. Y'all already know it's the Truman Show. Y'all already know it's the Matrix.
Yes.
Y'all already. And once you know what you need to know, and even knowing what you don't know, it's going to help you to set about to find out about what you don't know. The worst thing is to not know and think you know, and never try to find out. I think that's like the
Oh
ultimate
shit.
definition of ignorance, right?
No, that shit funny, man, because like I said, people, people are they've been studying this shit all their life, and they don't know. You know what I'm saying? They do not know, man. This shit is another level, man.
Hey,
It's
you said they've been
it's
studying this shit
crazy.
all their life, and they still don't know, still don't fully comprehend and understand and overstand to not be under the
And that's
stand.
the key. That's right. Because you got all of these standings. You got the overstanding, outstanding, understanding, right? And understanding, right? And that's the four. They make up the Christ. That's who you are. You have to get all of them. You can't just have the understanding. You feel me? You got to have the understanding. Then you got to have the outstanding, which is all without. And then you got the, what's the other one I just said? understanding, outstanding,
Yeah,
understanding,
understanding, overstanding, understanding, and outstanding.
outstanding.
Yeah, but
Yes,
but
that is the
when you do
Merkaba.
something great, right? When you do something real great, isn't that the word they use? Wow, his
Mhm.
performance and that song is
Outstanding.
outstanding. Yes, it stands out. You feel me? Nothing else could test.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the understanding deals with that inner knowing. These are spiritual gifts, first of all, right?
Ashay, most
Four
definitely.
spiritual gifts. Then you got the five, right? Taste, touch, smell, hear, sight. I am, I know, I see, I understand. Those four are spiritual. Then you got the clairs. You got all of these damn clairs. You touching shit. Clairsentience, you touch this and shit, and the last person that touched it, you pick their energy up. Because people, this is the thing about saying that shit is pseudo. Man, shit, pseudoscience. Yeah, but then you'll say with the same breath,
They,
energy can't be created or destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
it kind of
There's
puts
someone.
people on the fence. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Not to cut you off, but
That shit
there's
funny.
someone in the chat that would like to ask some
I just
questions,
seen it.
or would like to have the questions answered. Um,
Hey guys, how we doing? Good morning.
yeah. Greetings, Grand
Morning,
Rising.
morning.
Alrighty, okay, gentlemen. So I am currently writing a fiction. I don't know if it's a novel. I'm writing in the only format that I know, but I noticed some of the terms that you guys were using, some of the things that you were talking about. I just have a few questions. Uh, is this a religious view or is it more of a world view?
This is
Well,
this
I'd
is
say,
cosmetic,
yeah,
universal.
it's really none of the above though. It's not worldly nor religious. This is like mostly cosmic, universal teachings.
Yes.
Understood. So where would you say the origins of these cosmic teachings come from?
Well,
Um.
cosmic teachings has to originate from the cosmos, right?
Mm,
Cosmic teachings.
The
Do you know
gnosis.
that? Do you know that you are the universe in human form, just materialized on a microcosmic level?
a reflection of God's consciousness alive in order
Yeah,
to experience it.
we all are expressions and reflections of the all, right? The all
Yes.
had to like um fractalize itself into existence. The plant, the animals, humans, even down to materials like crystals and diamonds and all these things,
If
right?
cosmic
Chris-
teachings
So
come from the cosmos,
hold on,
how
hold
do
on,
we
hold on,
learn things?
hold on. Listen,
Mm,
hold on, real quick. If this shit cut off, like I said, right? My phone clone hacked and tapped. All right, hidden cameras in this more. Listen, it's literally hidden cameras in here, hitting microphones, and they watch me through the devices and the television. All right. Since I got just 7 people in here, 2 people on my panel, these people do not want me to operate because they already know that my particular frequency, I'm going to ignite something in you, spark something. All right.
mhm.
So they just cut the damn TV off. Okay. So if this shit shut off, it's they ass. Okay. So it's nothing, stay happy, stay beautiful. But that's what they're on right now because they don't want me to catch no traction. Okay. I'm on my 8th TikTok. I got a microchip in my arm. They took me out of my home and put me in the middle facility for 2 days and a half just to do so. But I walked with the damn Netters and Neteru, right? The Neteru and this shit, right? Any pantheon of gods are made for particular culture so the people and these energies, these source energies, these forces and ancestors and immortals can be made manifest to those particular people's understanding. If you understand what I'm telling you, that's why you have so many pantheons of gods, and they deal with the inner reality and they deal with the outer reality. So as much as we say God is within, God is without. And don't forget the goddess, but I'm just want to put that out there because they fucking
Wait,
with
there's
me right
something
now.
really interesting that you said. You said any pantheon of gods, they reveal
Mhm.
themselves to the people?
Yes, to those particular sets and groups of people. So if it's Nordic, we all have a single point where everything starts at, right? And that single point has the point when you make the dot, right? I don't know how our ancestors did it, but they would that shit weighs 60,000 tons. Don't ask me how, but but they'll make a period on a piece of paper. That's Amen, right? No, it's Amunet. But before I wrote it, it was Amen. It was this. It's the symbol of the hidden one. But now that I wrote it, it has just changed into the two. You see the mystery there. There's a mystery there. Before you write it, where did it come from? It
The
should be.
mind, I
Well,
would
yeah, go
imagine.
ahead. Yes. All of this is the mind
So
that you can see. It's anywhere and
so so
everywhere,
so
but it's never nowhere.
Can I ask you a question?
oh yeah, most
Yeah, go ahead.
definitely. I was about to ask you what other questions that you have.
How do you guys interpret Psalm 82?
Some
Which
82. Can you
which
remind
verse?
me? Good.
Let me read it from the Nag Hammadi translation, the oldest one we have. I don't want to read the new one. So if we go
Okay.
to the Nag Hammadi library, Psalm 82, this is the Psalm. Oh, good God. I'm sorry, I'm having an issue over here.
You starting at 6? Are you starting at 6, or you going before where it speaks about meditation?
No. Let me just give me a second. I am so sorry, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I got it.
It's
Can
all
I ask
good.
you a
It's all
question real
good.
quick?
Yes, please.
Just for the sake of people listening, can you just tell us like where was the Nagamadi text found, and like if you know the date, you could share that as well.
What wasn't it found along with the Dead Sea Scrolls? Am I wrong about that?
You're right, but could you tell us like where was it found?
It was in Egypt, right? Africa.
Yeah, correct again. So Nagamadi is also a geographical location in Kemet as well. So Nagamadi is part of Kemet. I just find it is so interesting that most of these biblical referential
Thank you for that.
sources oftentimes always found in Kemet. Why is that?
So, well, Africa had the gospel first, but I wanted to read for you guys Psalm 82, and it goes like this: a psalm for Asaph. God stands in the assembly of gods, and in the midst of them will judge gods. How long will ye judge unrighteously and accept the persons of sinners? Pause. Judge the orphan and poor, do justice to the low and needy. Rescue the needy and deliver the poor out of the hand of the sinner. They know not nor understand. They walk in darkness. All the foundations of the earth shall be shaken. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you children of the Most High. But ye unalive as men, and fall as one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge of the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. That would be Psalm 82. This is the oldest translation I could find. I'm wondering what your guys' reading is on this.
So yeah, like
Well, we just was
it goes
talking
back to
about.
the
Go ahead.
yeah,
Go
you
ahead.
could
I'll
go
go
ahead,
next.
King.
Well, we
Yeah,
just was
so
talking about
it goes back to
nectars being real.
what we was just talking about, like ascending and
Hmm.
descending, Nephilim, the fallen ones, right? So if you think of this, isn't it written that in your books that ye are gods, right? Children of the Most High, and to just go to the end point, but you fall like men and princes. That means that most people, right? They originally, you were born divine. You are a spiritual life and light being, right? Manifested in this flesh, right? But people get so caught up in this physical realm that they disconnect to their God self and end up falling like men and princes and kings. And when the power of love overcomes the love of power,
Mm.
the collective gonna reascend to their God self.
So the reason why I bring that up is in my fiction, right? One of the seminal parts of my fiction is Psalm 82, right? Because there is this
Mm.
Semitic understanding, ancient understanding. I do not subscribe to it. This is not my religion. But there is a Semitic understanding that there were 72 nations, and these 72 nations each had I'm going to use the word archon. We could use the word little g God. We could use angel. Any one of those words work. So out of all of these creatures, right, one of them stands above them and judges the rest, the 71, as men for their fallen nature, even as gods, right? So again, I'm not saying I subscribe to this. This is why I'm asking these questions, is because it is seminal to my fiction
This is true.
that I okay, but when you say this is
This is
true,
true.
can you go into it?
So October
That's what I say
October
again.
2024. Go ahead.
Yes, sorry, King. That's uh, and just to add a next piece onto, like, this is metaphysical. Even if you have like a physical aspect to this as well, but unless you grasp the metaphysical teachings, and the metaphysical teachings, it means like beyond the physical. Most people, when they hear us or anyone say it's metaphysical, they confuse that word with mythological. Metaphysical is not a myth, right? It's just dealing with the unseen, the spiritual realm. But the spiritual realm is realer than the physical realm, right? So
Facts.
72, 144 chosen, both of them add up to 9. 9 is the biggest number, right? We have 10 numbers. It goes from 0 to 9. Then, you feel me? To get 10, you're going to put the 1 at the front of the 0. A 0 at the front of 1 is 1. 0 after 1 is 10. And we could count to infinity, right? So it's interesting. Even know thyself, right, is one of the inscriptions that's inscribed at the top of every Kemetic temple entrance, monument entrance, the pyramids, right? So when you know yourself, even within us, on a physiological level, that 72 is also encoded within us, right? Even in Islam, it talks about how many women Islam say that a man gonna get when he goes to heaven.
72.
72. So do even in the So, like when we talking about when the ancient Kemet, you talked about the great sun. Now, the great sun is that 2,160 year cycle. That would be like the birthday of this. Well, not really a birthday, but just going through like one astrological age.
That
The
number
the, the
was
sun.
2,160.
Yeah, that's what I said. 2,160. So two plus one plus six plus zero give you nine again.
9.
Yeah. And a full great sun is when the sun goes through all the 12 astrological or zodiacal ages. And ancient Kemet is so ancient, they recorded four great suns already. Four great suns. And a great sun is 2,160 times 12, right?
Good God.
How much does that add up to?
Which is
25,920 years. 25,920 years, right? Now,
so,
if we, if
host. I'm so
yeah,
sorry to interrupt, but host, I wanted to ask you because when I was speaking of the 72 gods, and you said that is true, you mentioned a date, October 2024. I wrote it down. I want to follow that thread with you. You said October 2024. Please continue.
Yeah, I don't know the exact date, but when Anpu woke me up, my grandmother's, I was surrounded by, I can't even explain it, right? Countless different beings, whether you want to say demons, angels, ancestors, um, the Orisha, right? I was surrounded, okay? And the first thing I did was judge everything in the earth. I could hear the waters crying, begging me, talking to me. I can hear the air crying, talking to me. I can hear the dirt of the ground. I can hear your heart. I can hear your thoughts. I can hear everything in the universe at once. But the first thing I did was judge the hierarchy of the Ankels. The Ankh-Els, they are known as angels. Literally, listen to me. A lot of them. The five fallen principalities, powers, dominions, rulers, and authorities. That's the five. They sit on see this red? They are the red man, the red Adamu. This specific vessel is what they chose to cause all of the chaos. This is Anpu teaching me this. But like I said, I knew everything in one everything. I watched the universe coming. I watched this universe come into creation like that. I knew all things and everything. Okay. But I'm watching tarot, not at this moment, right? At this particular time. But that's why I found out that religiously, the men are in the pulpits and the women are on like tarot and shit like that. So the two are in the earth, but one of them is for the religion, the other one is for spirituality. They are supposed to marry each other. But a lot of them fallen angels just don't operate in the government. A lot of them operate through this black skin. And a lot of them they're called the cult of the goddess. It's what this particular group is. They run the world. Okay. You got the cult of the children. It's five of them, right? The cult of economy, the cult of the children, the cult of the goddess. I forget the other two, but it's five of them. Everything that they have done is on the five because the five represents the pyramid. It's the four cardinal points, right? Navigation points of Heru, the four sons of Heru. And then you have the mountaintop that Heru sits above as Ra himself. So when I came down as Ra, like I said, see, I woke up as Shango Obatala Oshun. I just transformed into Baba Luaye. when I woke up after I done came out of the underworld and reappeared as a Sar or Wasir. Listen, this shit blowing my mind, right? Some of this shit I'm giving you fresh off the back right now. But the first people that I judge was the 5 hierarchy of the fallen angels, right? And those who the earth was left in care of. They have been, when they say in the Bible, what's the word? The very elect would be deceived. I judged all of them. I didn't care who it was, but watch this. I had to I had to pick up my cross. I had to pick up my cross and carry it. So in order for me to get the knowledge, right, and to get to the level that I was on, I had to put all of my business out, literally through telepathy. That's why anybody I go around can read my energy, but I read their energy as well. It's not for them to tell my secrets and vice versa. Because right now I'm tapped into a whole network of people. Like I said, we exist within the tarot community, the oracles, the spiritual world, and a lot of them are called grifters. It's because they are not actually learning this knowledge so they can better the world. They're not doing it. They're not walking the ocean's floors going to talk to Olakun, right? They're not dealing with Yemiya, right? They're not dealing with Oya. They're not dealing with
wait. You got it. Okay. There's something really deep here that I gotta chew into this, because I have been searching for someone that knows about the Orishas, right? Mm-hmm. This is another. So I'm Puerto Rican. In Puerto Rico, the connection to African religion that we have here, there's many variations, but the one that I know is Santeria, specifically Cruzado Santeria, right? Okay. So I heard it's very controversial. I do not know why. And the first thing I'm going to say is I'm ignorant. I do not know, and I don't want to offend anyone. So that's the first thing.
It's probably because of the saints that was added to it. But to bypass that, again, energy can't be created or destroyed. When we look at Jesus, we see Heru. So that makes Jesus alive. That makes Jesus real. It's because when you're ascending, this is when they climb down to meet you. You gotta vibrate high enough in the sense of vibratory frequencies, right? Levels, colors, right? Remember that black produced all of this. When you get to the black, that's when they start to climb down the different levels to meet you where you are at. So the controversy comes from White T and his supremacy to Catholicize the world using the chief cornerstone, which was Jesus Christ. It was nothing wrong with them, right? Having Jesus, everybody eats, B. Everybody gets their day under the sun. It would be, we wouldn't have, it is wrong, you know what I mean, to have a creator that would look at White T and then deem them just as animalistic. It's not right. So when you reach high enough, you'll see that everybody was supposed to have, like I said, these pantheons are created for the people so they can identify with, right? You know, they didn't like that. Alexander the Great was like, I don't want to look at you and I don't see myself in your black gods. I don't see myself. Create Serapis. And that it was all good because in the Per Im Heru, right, that which has always been is going to always be. You understand? So to create these in Santeria, right? To create these different or these newcomers, it was nothing wrong with it, but the people gotta have love to get this understanding. That's why they don't get it. Them saints supposed to be there. And I learned that because when I first started reading the Bible, I thought the saints were alive. I thought I was gonna meet them niggas or something. Because the book, it was alive. Everything I read was alive. Like reading about Peter is Ptah. Matthew is Ma'at. This is what people don't know. When you break the words down in the etymological sense as to its origin, you're going to end up back to the Neteru, just like this Smurf. This is Anu. This is Anu. When they in the Sumerian, right, dealing with the Sumerians and shit, or the shit that's coming out now, they talk about the Anunnaki, but the Anu means original. It also means knowledge, light, right? That's on the city on, right? Heliopolis, right? But remember that darkness is the true light. That's why in Psalms 82:6, it say meditate on these words. Meditation and prayer both are black. So they were mad in the not La Muerta, what you call it? What you say? Santeria. They were mad because the Orisha had additions added to them, and they were supposed to be added to them because there are new people and new souls coming into the earth. That's why they look the way that they look. For one, this is why white tea is perishing. Remember, so 41,000 years ago, the sun wiped their ass off the earth. They were already eating us, treating us like the delectable Negro. If you have the book about Vincent Woodward, when they ate Nat Turner, they ate Tupac Shakur, they ate Aaliyah, they ate Kobe, they ate his daughter because melanin is ingestible. All right, let me pull that up right quick.
This is incredibly illuminating.
And it goes back just to add on to what the brother was saying. Jesus, when you check the etymology of Jesus,
Wait a minute.
especially with numerology and gematria,
Oh
it's
my God.
888, right? And that's the numerical value of the sun,
Wait a minute,
right?
host. I never realized the Smurf are colored people that are being
Yes.
chased because a magician wants to eat them.
Yes.
I never
Remember,
did that
he
connection.
wants. Remember, this is a wizard, like you just said. This is a great source. This nigga's a master alchemist. Him and Papa Smurf are masters at their craft. He has Ilbanism. Dr. Francis Cresswell Singh teaches about the Ilbanism, right? The AL is the word divine, Ali, where we get God from, and the word bino or bino, it deals with sight, insight. So he's sick. If he consumes this delectable Negro known as the Twa people, this is a Tef crown he has on, but they took it, instead of it being upright, they turned it down. This is the creation of Smurfette and why they created Smurfette. It's no different than looking for gold. Remember, he's trying to turn the Smurfs into gold.
Yes.
But if this is true, right? If this is true, why the fuck is he seasoning with salt and pepper?
It was
I
always
was just about to make
implied
that
that he was going to
connection
eat them.
with the Twa. I was just about to make that connection with the Twa. Even when you think of Snow White and the seven dwarfs, dwarfs go back to Twa. Is what we, and why seven? Well, it's talking about the seven chakras, and it's a reason why these Smurfs are depicted blue, black. The ancient divinities are depicted green and blue, right? From across Kemet to Hinduism, Buddhism, the ancient Naga civilization.
Not just that, but copper oxidized is green blue.
Yeah, exactly. And there's still a lot of babies that's being born with green and blue skin, veins and skin.
That is,
Yeah.
This is very, very interesting. So here's the trouble, right? In my fiction, I'm writing fiction, right? human beings do not understand the spirit world. We have a pattern building brain. So if we do something and it works, we ritualize it. And I'm drawing from
Yes.
my own personal experience. When I was in the United States Navy, there is this ritual. It is a ritual that we do. Every morning at 8 a.m. in the Navy, we take down the flag in remembrance of Pearl Harbor. Okay, the point is that when I first joined the Navy, there were these sailors and they had added parts to the ritual. And they were very, very adamant that we had to do these things in this way because it was part of the ritual. And an older sailor that knew more than us saw us doing these things and said, "But where does it say you have to do that?" Meaning, from my own personal experience, when people are ritualizing anything, we'll start adding stuff to it because it feels right. It just makes sense. So,
Mhm.
given that experience, right, in my fiction, a lot of the rituals and things that we do in order to get stuff, right, that transactional piece,
Mhm.
I'm using Santeria. I'm trying to be careful because it's not my religion. That's why I'm trying to be very careful because it is not my religion.
No, it's okay.
That
It's okay.
transactional piece, I've come to learn, and maybe you guys have a different perspective. It doesn't really work like that. So the saint, the Orisha, demands worship, but really an offering or offerings. And these, I guess, parishioners, they give these gifts willingly and they have a relationship with this Orisha, right? And if the relationship is good, right? If and when bad things happen, then this person that, subscribes to this Orisha can then ask for things in confidence that the Orisha will help them. Am I right or wrong?
Um, yeah, I'm not too learned in the ritualistic aspect of their
Yeah.
dealings. I'm not sure.
So you was asking like in the rituals, like when they be doing offerings and also libations, are you asking that like the things that they ask the orishas for, do they get them? Is that your question?
Yeah, but more, does it depend on how good your offering is or how good your relationship is to that Orisha?
Yeah, it
Okay. I can
definitely,
answer that.
like, I would say both. I would say both, cause it definitely depends on the offering. And all of this goes back to Kemet again. Like even libations is scriptures in the Bible talking about libation, right? But libation, you find that all over the walls of Kemet. There's a Hathor libation ball that's in the McLaren's museum,
Mm-hmm.
where like these uh you feel me, Caucasian people, they have like 4 or 5 generations of family. You feel me, could like still using, you feel me, the Kemetic artifacts and doing these rituals with them. So the same way Christianity has people praying to saints and all these things,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like Khalid Muhammad said, right? One man's God is another man's devil.
Mm-hmm.
Our Netarus and Orishas, right? Just like Vodun, all of these things have been demonized, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the music industry, you're gonna see people like Beyonce and the rest of them trying to use the Orisha
Mm-hmm.
imagery,
Mm-hmm.
but it's to psychologically turn people away from them. You feel me?
They over
Uh,
mystify it and they're disrespectful. That I will
yeah.
say.
Have you guys ever heard have you guys ever saw that interview of Gunplay where he was talking about how he caught a case and it was attempt robbery, and then they wanted to give him 10 years, and it was like, dang, like this shit ain't
Mm,
even know what murder attempt or nothing like that. So he said, I need something more powerful than the Bible. And he said, I
mm,
turned to Santeria. But
Right.
Hollywood is making it seem like Santeria and condomblé and these sacred spiritual practices are demonic or devilish, and that's not true. Also,
So,
just to land my plane, right, to answer your question around that, like as far as Santeria and Condomblé and the authenticity of it, right? The neutrality as well, because everything is energy. It is the man or
yes.
woman that's using that energy, you feel me, to do good or bad. So what you find, like the brother said earlier on, a lot of charlatans, right? A lot of people will come in, they will learn the orishas, learn about Condomblé and Santeria, and
hmm
they'll use it as a tool to make money and trick people. And like you rightly said, these dudes, when he was in the military, they feel like since they're the ones initiating the ritual,
hmm
like they could just through ego, right, add they could add whatever they feel like. And since they at a position of power and authority, then the ones that's following the ritual has to just follow along with it. And that's why the older dude came in and saw this. He knows like certain things that was being done in that ritual was never part of it in his time. So he has to check them people like, oh, why y'all doing all this extra shit? You feel me?
So this is sort of my worry. I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. I'm writing a story. Um, it the central thesis of it is not religion. It uses religion as a metaphor to speak on colonialism, right? However, I don't want to be disrespectful. I do not. I don't. It's not my goal to use um, Santeria specifically, but I'll get into a few others, Catholicism or native beliefs to mystify or to demonize anybody. The real purpose of it, I think that Santeria specifically, I'm speaking on the religion anthropologically, right, as it relates to the people. I think it is such a beautiful metaphor for what it means to be Puerto Rican. The when I learned about the cuadro, right, the cuadro, which is your my understanding is the following. So every person has ancestors, right? Or archons, religious figures, angels that follow them and help them along, right? And they're based around your background. So let's say, for example, somebody like me, I obviously have African and native and Spanish ascension, but I most probably do also have Arabic as well. So my archons, my cuadro would be made up of the Spanish, the native, the African spirit, as well as the Arabic spirit, the Levantine. I I found it so beautiful because that is outside of the spirituality. That is what it means to be Puerto Rican, right? To never be a quotient, to be a full sum of all parts and never ever have to divide yourself for anything to become something new. That's what it means. And when I started looking into this, it became a perfect, perfect structure. And this is why I'm being respectful, is because the structure, right, is what I am using in order to tell this metaphor. Like the metaphor doesn't work if that religion doesn't exist. So I have to be very, very respectful of how I portray this metaphor through the religion without disrespecting it. Because what I don't want to do, like this is super important to me, is I don't want to. I recently saw the Scooby-Doo movie, the first one. I know this is way out of left field, but there was like a voodoo ritual that they were doing, and there was like they just made fun of it. It was like a chicken that you cook, and he was throwing seasonings on it. It was very disrespectful. And American Sentiments 2009, I get it, haha. But the reality is that right. The reality is that Santeria is an Afro-Caribbean religion that has been demonized, right, unjustly, in my opinion.
Yes.
And I want to, because again, I am wholly ignorant. I'm a Christian person. I've never engaged with Afro-Caribbean religions. So I want to learn and be respectful when I portray the structure, right? Because that's another thing. I'm not going to say this is Santeria because I don't know. I don't have that experience. So what I'm doing is I am learning, and through this process of learning, I am bettering my story in order to reflect the true structure of Santeria. I can't say I'll portray the meaning because I don't know it. I'm not a Santero. But I will respect the meaning and I will respect the religion because my goal isn't to wear it around as a Halloween costume. That's gross. In my opinion, that's gross.
Oh yeah, but you see what you just said about respecting and just for clarification, like Santeria, Candomblé, Vodun or Voodoo, or Ifa, all the way to Kemetic spirituality. These are sacred spiritualities, right? Like in the modern thought, they just label them as religions, but they are in actuality sacred spiritualities. And going back to the respect aspect, it also goes back to the principles of Ma'at, where Ma'at says, I regard, well, not even Ma'at, you have to affirm it that I regard all altars with respect. And the ritual, the offerings, the libations, it says I give offerings that are genuine. To go back to that previous question you asked, like do I give like an expensive offering or a big offering? It does not necessarily have to be something expensive or big. It just has to be genuine. For example, like if someone has $100, right, and they give you 50, and you have someone else who has 1,000 and they give you 50, when you check the percentage, that person that gave you 50 from the 100 gave you more percentage wise of what they had. There's one of them scriptures that goes hand in hand with that, where someone give an offering that was perceived that as less when in actuality is more. But even the act of offering and libation, right? This has nothing to do with tidings and offerings in the religious sense, right? The act of pouring libations, especially on the earth element, was a way to call upon and summon the ancestral spirit, right? Because the life forces from the waters, the primordial waters of creation was known, right? Even us as a fetus, right? We was in that primordial waters of the womb, right? That's the real authentic baptism in your mama's portal. That's how every one of us come through this realm through the divine feminine portal.
Well, guys, first off, I want to say thank you guys so much for having me up and answering my questions. I have got to get going. I took some notes. I gave you a follow, host. I'm going to go ahead and give you a follow as well. I appreciate so much all the things that you guys have told me, right? And I can't thank you. I just can't thank you enough. You guys have no idea how thankful I am that you guys talk to me about all this. You know, if ever I have the opportunity to come back, I will, and hopefully I get to ask some follow up questions. This actually gives me a really good heading and a really good direction to go in. And just thank you so much, man.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right, y'all have a nice day.
Gratitude.
You too.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, that heart, your heart is that's what matters the most, is how you feel in here and what is the point. You feel me? So this should have come to you, right? Remember, these are forces, right? These are source energies, okay? And the main thing is your energy. That's the thing, right? The Orisha, they exist within the body like every other pantheon, right? Remember, all of the pantheons, the Kemetic science, all of that deals with the body. But if it deals with your physical body, it deals with your outer body. And that's the key, right? Bringing heaven to earth. Because we'll say heaven doesn't exist. It isn't above the earth, but that's exactly where it is, because we call this heaven, right? Then we have the heart, that is the centerpiece. That's why I got all of these chakras up here. I never paid this no mind till the other day. I said, damn, the Joker got on all of the colors, every color of the chakras.
Yeah.
Every color.
Yeah, and
You see what I'm saying?
purple is the crown chakra color. That purple is the crown chakra color, holding the crown.
Yes. So I was like, oh shit. And you see the purple gloves, then you got the purple, then you got the blue right here, right? Like almost with a lapel at right here. It's so much symbolism in the clothes to put you in a particular mentality. And then you got the basement, which is the base mind, is his smile. The reprobate mind. You feel me? So I was like, oh shit, and he's white, which is the reflect. It's reflecting the energy that is being projected onto him from Batman. It's the opposite. Batman is all black. You feel me? He's the Dark Knight. But then you have the guy who flips the tables over. That's not Batman. It's him. This the Christ. Shit. Man, this shit blew my mind.
And check this though.
This the Christ.
Look at the color of his hair. He has like golden hair, right? The crown spikes also represents the rays of the sun as well, right? And if you think about the prism, right, the white light of the sun passing through a prism, then at the next end you get like the full spectrum of that one collective white light. So all the colors is within the white, that white light passing through the prism. Now why is that red color, right, around his mouth? You feel me? His mouth is not open, right, at all. That's a representation of silence. Be still and know that I am good. You feel me? The temple that has to be built with no sounds of tools or chainsaws or none of that is when you go in stillness, right? In meditation, you silent, you being still, you letting that I become silent, so within you will be filled with light. So it's
and
deep.
You just said because the mantra for the base chakra is I am. Yeah. Because you're made manifest
Eh,
now.
and check this, right? If you project a sound,
Yeah.
if you say like if you say
Mhm.
and just open and close your mouth, eventually it gonna sound like you saying I am.
Yeah. That's confirmation because I just pulled it up. I just pulled it up. As soon
and
as
it
you
go
said it, it popped up. It says I am that I am.
real talk. Can you put back that Smurf image again? I saw something that I don't mention, but I subliminal again. Now the Smurfs, like he said, represents the Twa, right? And in ancient Kemet, one of the Netta, right? Not this one. The one with uh Gargamel. So Best is a Kemetic Netta, right? Best is a
Yeah.
Kemetic netta in Kemet, often
Mhm.
seen with Heru Konsu, right? And these two Netaru, right? They're responsible for uh like dealing with demonic entities, protecting you from demonic entities. They protect like women, children, women at childbirth, and all that.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
look at the face of Gargamel. Don't
Yeah.
this dude face look funny and strange, like it's
Yeah.
some other hidden image with it. But
Yeah. He's
what's the
sick.
expression of Best though? What's the expression of Best? Best always sticks out stick out his tongue, and you seeing Gargamel sticking out his tongue again, just like the Joker. What color is his tongue? Red. Again. But it's something else I want to show in that same image. Can you just put it back up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
best.
Look at Best the red skin. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't know that the ancients didn't actually have like red skin like the color red. We think they had certain rituals where they used okra and certain other seeds and grounded it up and made a red paste and pass over their skin during the rituals. The Himba tribe still
Oh, he got his
uses
tongue out.
these things.
Yeah. He got his tongue out. I
Exactly.
never noticed that.
And that and that's another reason why they demonized it in Hollywood, where they have all the artists sticking out their tongue and making people believe like, oh, it's something demonic, right? Look at that dude's
Hmm.
nose. That dude's nose is a Tekanu,
But
right? And
uh,
look at him two slushes underneath his
oh shit.
um
Oh
right
shit.
right eye. Them shit is
Oh
testicles, bro.
shit.
And
Yo.
red is a sexual color, right? We know Hollywood use
Yo.
color manipulation all the time, right?
I see it.
And yeah, bro. So red and the gesture. When a woman sticks out her tongue or licks her lip, like that's like a sexual appeal. You feel me? So this is the type of shit they be putting on the screens for our children, right? And it's not
Damn.
just the Smurfs. It's all through um the Little Mermaid and so many other
Yeah.
cartoons. Bro.
So that's an activation. So now we know through this propaganda of the cartoons. I'm gonna have to look into the word cartoon now. See what vibration the cartoon
They even got
is.
them. I'm gonna eat mascara mushrooms. You see the mushrooms at the back?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely on the cartoon set. Yeah, yeah. I did a video a few years ago showing the Smurfs houses and the houses in Africa with all of the colors and shit that they will call huts. Spit image. Spit image.
Telling
That
you,
shit
bro.
powerful.
What day did you have your spiritual experience in October again?
I do not know. Remember, I was on your panel around that time. Since that September to October, I was being awakened under those blue moons. Whatever them blue moons was in October, I'm gonna have to look that up. October 24, I think it was a few blue moons. And
October
I didn't know what
24th.
was going on. Remember I used to be crying and shit. I would be on your panel, I'd cry and shit. Like you said, people were tearing me down. I was going through that everywhere I went. Like I'll have 80 people come in the room and just try to destroy me. You feel me? And I used to be like, what is going on with my life right now? You know what I'm saying? And it was because of all of these organizations, these different cults, these sects, these alternative religions. And what they were doing was they will come to the light. Like right now, all my shit fucked up right now. Everything messed up right now because we having this conversation, and I had those 7 to 9 people in the room. But what they were trying to do was shut the live down. But whatever they sent, the live is still up. That's why I went and got my crown, right? And then I lit a candle, right, to
Uh,
combat
uh,
the energy,
check,
because I'm Sagittarius and in my fire. So whatever they sent, my energy will absorb it,
bro.
and then it goes
Are you
straight to
are you are
Obatala.
you are you a life path 11 as well, right?
I'm 3.
Free. Okay.
11.
I was born on
Yeah.
the 21st. So and I was born on the 12th month. So like
Mm-hmm.
that's where that connection could come in. And I'm a Sagittarius
Check.
Capricorn course. Check this though. On the 15th of May 2024, I had a spiritual experience as well with the multidimensional beings, right? And
Mm-hmm.
let me just show you what it looked like. Can you put me on the big screen? So on on the 15th of May, right, 2024. That's my son's
Mm-hmm.
birthday, right? This date.
Okay.
And the rising, I went to bathe in the sea, right? Just
Check.
do my spiritual bath. That if I'm not mistaken, that date was a full moon, and around like 8 p.m. I stepped outside, bro. Like I was inside the house, something just told me step outside, and I saw a whole bunch of check this out. I saw a whole bunch of unidentified crafts, bro. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
passing through the
That
night
shit's
sky
beautiful.
in a straight line, and them shit was passing so quick, right? Quicker than any uh like fast jet military jet plane you ever see, bro. Like them shit was just passing like this. Almost, it was honestly, bro, without exaggerating, I saw over like 200 of them things pass by. Yeah. I mean, I don't share this with any and anyone, but since you mentioned about your experience on the like 2024, I was like, but wait, it's that same year. So me, I'm about to check the uh numerology with that. But you could carry on. Your mic is muted. Turn on your mic. Ten.
Oh yeah, it cut off. I need to charge it. Yeah, but somebody just put it in the comments. Like I said, I was waking up, but I didn't know I was being awake. I didn't know I was being awakened. And I was on your panel doing this like before I woke up all the way. That was from August, because somebody just put it in the comments of dealing with this super moon. Like I said, I was emotional as hell, man. I used to be on your panel. I'd be crying and shit.
Yeah.
What's her name? Damn, I forgot her name. But I got to record it. I put it on my page. You feel me? I put some of it on our page, on our page and shit, right? On my page. Casey, she used to be over there. And it's Cassia, yeah, her. And it's another girl that was over there, and we were talking about how beautiful her skin was and the energy, because you used to this shit funny. You used to always say, yeah, we need that feminine energy. It's too much testosterone on this panel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So shit was funny as hell.
Yeah, Kelsey. I think it's Kelsey.
Yes. Yes. I was being awakened then. I'm a post a video. When you listen to the video, you're going to, this is what I love about this shit. The ancestors was talking through me. So I'll go back and see my awakening through the video. Shit was, because they were literally walking me at the time. Literally, like I said, I didn't believe in God. I didn't believe in no netters or no angels, and I hadn't seen them. But when you get past a certain age, right, you need to work and do all of this shit and all of that. It takes you away from this particular aspect of reality. So when I set peace, be still, because I was sitting down for 13 months before I went outside again without driving somewhere. And I finally, when I walked outside, I had been sitting, man, this shit crazy. When I counted how long I've been sitting down in my office at the time, it was 13 months. Because 4 is another one of my number, which is 1313 when I start speaking this language fluently out the blue of 2025. But that 13 months, look, they go to blue, and then I got a dolphin, and blue water just came up on my screen, all right? Because we killer whales, we eat sharks. You know what I'm saying? This shit powerful, right? And then this 68, which is the number 5, because that's 14, right? Which means we at the mountaintop right now. We're literally at the crown chakra, right? That's everybody that's in here. But that super, let me just take it back. That super moon under it says the super blue moons, right? That is when I transformed. Like I said, I can hear everything my ex was doing. Because she's leaving the door wide open 5 nights in a row, just leaving the door open. Like I said, she's watching How to Get Away with Murder. She done took this $50,000 from this white boy who's 41 years old named Violet. I didn't know nothing about jinns or nothing. But whoever this dude was, they summoned up with her this ancient jinn. You feel me? Now, I seen a jinn in the penitentiary before and shit, but I never really looked at it like the way I'm seeing shit now. I was like, oh my God, look, like I said, we at the mountaintop. A mountain appeared with the sun in the back. Powerful, right? But when I was awakened, what I really realized about the whole shit is that there's nothing in reality that is pseudo. There's nothing that's fiction. Like when he was just saying, I'm gonna write this book and this and that and this fiction, ain't no fiction. Everything is. If you can think it, it exists somewhere. You are pulling on the energy. That is the main thing, right? You're pulling on it. Just like he about to eat this blue food, because blue is black. And like I said, this blue moon is significant. I'm glad I just thought of that, right? Because the blue moon is what I was being born out of. I needed to be born again. And that's what happened, right? With the great mother Ma'at. When Anpu showed up in the room, right, in my office, I didn't want to go down. I'm standing up and I'm like, I'm not going down. Like, I'm not going down, but there's this, it's like the creator had his hand in her hand and they was just pushing me down to make me submit to something greater than myself. That's how I know that we say we the creator, but we ain't the creator. You have to become a co-creator. After you become a God and the goddess, you become a co-creator after that. And the creator teaches you about you. The 41 years of my life for me walking the earth, right? For the last 16 years, I didn't believe in no God. This was a stage of knowing. So they pushing me down and I'm like, I'm not going down. I'm not going down because I just realized that my ex was trying to take my life for the 50 bands that she was telling me about. I was her sacrifice. And she would, and they was just pushing me down. When I hit the floor and I was crying, Anpu came right in front of me and said, "What did you summon me for? I didn't want to live anymore. I ain't want to be in the earth no more." I said, "What is the point of living if I can't be in love? Because I'm not one of them. I can be, you know, like everybody else, but I'm a lover. I don't want to be in the earth if I can't have no love. That's why I ain't got no friends right now. It's because they don't got no love for me. And that which people think is love is not love. So I was like, I don't want to be here." Anpu said, "Do you want to leave now?" Bro, listen, I was sitting there because I didn't want to look up. You feel me? I didn't want to look up and see Anpu or nothing. The energy was so strong, bro. I was like this, like I ain't want to lift up. And Yeshua is standing off on it. So this is Anpu. This is Yeshua in the back. Anpu is right here in front of me. I don't want to lift my head up. The energy is, listen, this room is beaming nothing but pure energy. His energy was so calming. And he said, "What is it that you want from me?" And I was like, I don't want to be here no more. I got a face full of tears. I'm like, this girl trying to unalive me, trying to save people's lives. I've been living my life like this, and this is how people treating me. Man, I was broke. I'm about to cry right now, man. I was so broken, bro, because they monetized my music, right? I was acting. They was trying to sacrifice me. I was going through so much, and this was a group effort. It was a bunch of people planning to single me out, all of these humiliation rituals. Man, this is when I found out that Jesus was real for real. Not the Jesus that like what they use, but I'm talking about who we will call Jesus, Yeshua, Emmanuel. Yeah, bro, the Christ, right? Yes, he was standing right on the side and he said, "This is the greatest cover up in history." That's how I learned that I was the Christ. He said, "I've been training you up. I'm initiating you. I've been teaching you. I've been doing this." This is Anpu and Yeshua talking to me. And I can hear the creator telling me you're worthy, that I've been making the right decisions. Literally, bro. And that was the love because, man, I posed a Ben had done some shit to a lot of people that done shit to me. But I can see, I had the gift of sight so I can go into the future and see the outcome and come back and say, you know what I'm saying? And I never carried out, I'll just get loud. I'll get angry. And I never really did nothing. My first, when I went to prison, the second time when I went to prison when I was 35, this is how I learned about Ogun. I just made this video the other day. Ogun is the one who sent me to prison. Shit funny as hell. He the one who, because I didn't know nothing about no of this shit, but my cousin said, "You need to go talk to Ogun." Because of everything I was going through, I was homeless and everything. Ogun sent me to prison to start my awakening. That's how I ended up in prison, because I ended up grabbing that metal that had iron and I ended up pew-pewing the dude. He was lighting matches, throwing the matches on a 5-year-old, lighting the match. He drunk as hell, throwing them on his, this is his stepson. He lighting matches, drunk as hell, just throwing them, lighting them and just throwing them on a kid. Then he took a knife and he stabbed his baby mama, right? Well, his girlfriend, because it's a stepchild. But he stabbed her in the knee, yeah. And then the nigga start threatening me, yeah. So I was like, I'm not about to. I'm thinking, you know, because he got a reputation. So I'm like, let me go put this vest on, and you know, We about to go handle dog. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
go
yeah.
get my dog and shit. Yeah, and I go get a 4-5 and shit. I come back and I hit the nigga, and that's how I ended up in the penitentiary. But watch this. They already knew who I was before I knew who I was. When I pew-pewed the dude, a helicopter popped out instantly because of my anger. The same thing happens right now. I'm sitting here. Let me get into some real anger, some real, because you can ask. I don't do that. When I heard Bobby Hemmings say, tell the Orisha what to tell. You don't tell them shit. You understand? You respect them, like the brother was just saying. Man, listen. When I get angry, bro, the helicopters come out. That's why they chip me. They chipped me because I said, if we ain't gonna be together, I'm moving to the other side of the world. I don't even want to be over here with you. Bro, listen, all devils exist in the most beautiful, prettiest people, bro. It was mind-blowing, bro. No bullshit. But they know exactly, and like I said, Ampu was telling me, they know who we all are. That's why they map us out like they do. Every time you have an encounter with the police, they ask you your name, they take it down, they put the book back in their pocket. When Jehovah Witness hit your dupe, right? They knock on the door, they're scanning everybody in your house, taking the census. Every time you deal with somebody that come to your house to install cable, bro, these are all secret societies. My brother and them just did it when the cable got cut off and we got another provider. I'm walking down the steps. This is all still in here. I'm walking down the steps and shit. And he looked, right? I look over. They were in full-blown whisper. But I can hear them whispering, which made me come out the room in the first place. They set up everything, the modem and shit, in my room. But when I came down, I looked, I said, why are they whispering? You know what I'm saying? And that's when I start putting it all together. I was like, wait a minute. So everybody is involved. I'm talking about to keep this matrix, to keep this beast going. So your 42 to 40 million black African Americans, there's two sides. It's really three. And that comes with the knockdown of black nationalism. That's going to go to Al Sharpton. The Christian aspect goes to, what's his name? Jesse Jackson. The Muslim aspect of black people go to Farrakhan, right? It's because this is going back into having handlers. It ain't like just your mother, your sister, them. All of them are handlers, right? It's a lot of them. But in this respect, right, a lot of our handlers, we will call them the Black Boule. That's what they are. The same thing is going on with Nolan Wales right now. They got to get Officer Tatum. He's black. If you study Boule crystals, you got to have a seed crystal to infect the other crystals. If you ever dealt with these, they call it Boule crystals, and them Boule crystals is no different than, that remind me of the Atef crown, because that's what they look like, right? Those crystals are going to infect the rest of the crystals. So you're going to see Black America go from W.E.B. Du Bois and, Martin, Malcolm, Marcus Garvey, you're going to see them get knocked down. The Thomas Sankartas, Nkrumahs, Patrice Lamar, all of them are going to be knocked down. And then you're going to see your Michael Jacksons, your Princes, the celebrities, right? So we start to come through those portals. You see how they switched it? So our ancestors, they'll come back looking like this. Man, what's this, brother? I'm about to show you who Malcolm X is reincarnated. This shit powerful. Shit powerful, because while you come to get the experience and you're gathering more information, how many times you are reincarnated again, right? Which is the heart and soul of the light itself. And you're going to reincarnate more and more until you grab the completion of your life cycles. There's one cycle, but like I said, they're all within a cycle. That's the spheres of influence. It's also called the Berlin Conference, right? The spheres of influence. So when they got a hold of it, they chopped it all up. And that's the separation of all of the chakras. The same thing with Africa. Let me show you this guy, right? But this is why we're like 12 to 14%. And so they'll be able to keep an eye on us. Every time you go to the hospital, right, that you're being accounted for every time, right? Man, all of the families, this is in one of my other books, but all of the families are like you belong to somebody. You're owned by somebody. You have to literally take your sovereignty back.
Ashe.
This shit powerful.
I'm about to jump down now, King. But it
Right.
was always, as usual, always a pleasure to reason and build with you, learn and share. You feel me? Gratitude. Just keep doing what you're doing. If you still on, and I pass back to you all, pass back and link you.
Okay.
Okay. Have a great
Man,
day,
let me
King.
find this guy. You too, God. Peace. Thank you for coming through.
Gratitude. Ashe.
This dude's in it. I gotta find it, man. This is Malcolm X. This shit blew my mind. I said, man, why he sound? Here you go. Shaheed King Bosun. That's the white guy with the white beard and shit, bald head, and he always sitting like this. Man, listen, when you listen to this dude, I promise you, that's Malcolm reincarnated, right? I already did the videos on it and shit. They took that TikTok. You feel me? They don't want you to know. They want you to think that, you know, Jesus is the only one, and you know, there's no reincarnation. Jesus the only one and that's not the case. You're going to come back over and over and over again, right? Like they be teaching about the archons and the demiurge that come out of Kemet as well. You feel me? But you're here to map out the physical aspect of reality. You can't get it all. The only way you can get it all is when your heart is being weighed. Like I got it all. I watched everything come into creation. It was mind blowing, and I went through this shit twice. That's why I don't get high and shit. I don't do nothing. I can't. Because when you get here, you're going to be like, oh my God, it's going to make you say, man, you wouldn't trade this shit for the world. And even if you do, it's nothing wrong with it as long as you're not abusing it. But if you're going to do it in a sense and respect of connecting with the spiritual world. Really be looking for something. You feel me? That's how powerful this shit is. Shaheed Bosun, that's his name. Look him up. Listen to him. That is Malcolm. It was mind blowing. And he was born maybe a few years later. Yeah, a few years later after Malcolm had passed. They don't want us to know this kind of information. They don't want you. And that's the whole aspect of demonizing everything about black spirituality, right? Or black religions. You feel me? And that is to keep you from being able to just call on them. But your energy is crying out. Like I said, I can hear and feel everything in the earth. But I had been eating dandelion. I was eating dandelion, kale, cucumbers, cilantro, and parsley every day. And then they start telling me to pray underwater. So when I start to pray underwater, once again, when I awakened, I was on that brother's panel, but when I awakened this shit fully and shit, I woke up saying Ashe, and I didn't know why I was saying it. And my ex looked at me. She said, what does that mean? I was like, I don't know, but it's powerful. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know. And on his panel is one of the panels I was saying it, and I ended up listening because I'm a crybaby and shit. But on that panel, one of the females was like, I hate when y'all just be saying it and don't even know what it means. I didn't know what it mean, but I just knew that it had to have been something powerful because I was saying it for no reason. But every time I would say it, I would feel like extremely powerful. You feel what I'm saying? And Ashe is a manifestation source energy itself. That's why I was saying it, because I was awakening. I was waking up. Like I said, man, I woke up. My name is Alaka Chulukana. Alaka Chulukana, right? Man, my sister, when I was staying with my sister, she said, you got to get out. You feel me? You got to leave my house, because while I was on live, like I am right now, it's on my page. If you go to my page, you'll see me speaking the language. It's pinned at the top. But one of them is new, but the one that with the glowing eyes and shit, because I added some shit to it and shit, right? That video was happening in real time, April 13th of 2025, okay? And when I was speaking it, my sister was watching me through the damn phone, through her phone in her room. And she, you got to, man, I've been with this girl all my life. This is one of my sisters. You understand what I'm saying? So she listening to me speak this language, and she like, you got to get the fuck out. That's what she said. You got to go. Because she was like, that nigga don't know, no, and I don't. You feel me? So it kind of spooked her. Then I got another video that I did right after that, where my brother trying to get his hair cut, and you can hear when he asked me a question, and I'm talking to this is all of the ancestors at this time, because I ain't know about channeling this shit. But at this time I'm channeling and I don't know what the hell going on, right? I'm speaking the language fluently. And he walk in, he like, I just came to get my hair cut. And I say something to the camera, but what I'm saying is in my mind is coming out in English, but my goddamn lips, this shit is saying something else. But what I was saying was, you know, basically, F these people. I'm talking to the elites and any evil and wicked people in the earth. Like, yeah, I'm back in the earth. I'm feeling good. However you feel, you ain't going to be able this and that, right? The whole house, everybody's in the house, bro. It's like 8-10 of us in the house. They all pinpointed in me in my room and what I'm in here saying, and they're watching me, like my nieces, everybody in there watching their phones and shit. You know what I'm saying? And everybody erupt in the house. Everybody like, I don't know what that nigga got going on. They were going crazy. And what's amazing about that is that actual day I was told by, like I said, I was born again. By this is my aunt at this time. I'm born of my aunt. I just transformed into Shango, traveled to the core of the earth, and raised the great mother, Mama Ashi-Ra. How I knew it was Mama Ashi-Ra is because when she grew out the earth, she was a tree. And her arms popped out, left arm, her breast popped out and shit, right? Her hair was the top of the tree like a fro. And while she was opening her eyes and shit, this is a giant ass tree. As soon as she took her first step and her eyes opened, so I'm talking about she was looking like that. You could see the dirt and shit falling off of her eyes. Yo, this shit was powerful and shit. You can see her, you know, like growing out of the, like, man, listen. I look up and I say, Mama, what you looking for? She said, I'm looking for enemies and I don't see none. Just like that. Listen, told me to go outside. When I go outside, I'm walking down the street. I'm drinking coffee at the time, like I got this cup right here. And I'm speaking this language. The people that they know me from working out in the driveway and shit. I'll be working out outside. They like, damn, that dude really don't go nowhere. But now I'm walking down the street. Listen, I will look up at the damn line and shit. You know, like the light poles, the lines where the birds be sitting on. It's listen, it's a whole row of birds, nigga, just staring at me, looking and shit. Like all of the dogs in the neighborhood, like they doing all that hollering. People are running in the house. They're running and jumping in their cars and shit. They're so afraid. But like my neighbor came out and shit, right? That nigga was like, man, I don't know what that shit is, but I feel powerful. I just know it's some African shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit was funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? But whatever the frequency that I was emitting at the time, and this is how I knew I could jump, like jump like the movie Jumper and shit. While I was walking here in Detroit, I was walking in Africa in Ouagadougou. I come to check it out. What Ouagadougou, I'm spelling it with a W. It's It's in West Africa. It's the one of the Sahara regions, like in Burkina Faso, some damn where, and it's spelt with the O. But I didn't even know what the hell Ouagadougou was. But now I'm saying Ouagadougou, right? I find out that it's Ouagadougou and Ouagadougou. These are Ouagadougou is an ancient African civilization, ancient people. Ouagadougou is a new place that's in, like I said, West Africa right now. So when I looked at it, it just all connect. I didn't just cross reference two worlds. I'm here in Detroit, but I was at the same time I'm here in Detroit, I'm walking in Africa at the same time. So I said, damn, that's why when Anpu was teaching me, he was saying that because I had been saying I exist everywhere at once. This is how this is me waking up, but I don't know that I'm waking up at this time from a video called Fergorma, right? Not Fergorma, which is called Blue Man. I wrote a song to Nipsey Hussle for Nipsey and shit, right? Called Fergorma. It's on the internet now and shit. Awesome song and shit, right? And it means blue men. So as you can see, I got the blue,